Marion, you've been a proponent of preserving the environment and combating climate since you were a young girl. Why was this so important to you from such a young age?
Well, actually, I guess it just started with my own story. I grew up in a very small village in France, and our garden was surrounded by nature. We had a forest behind our house, a big field, and we had wild animals coming in the garden. And I just grew up as a wild kid who would just build tree houses with the neighbors. And it was really an Eden garden and a fantastic childhood. And I remember when I was a little girl, my dad someday made a comment about the fact that I should enjoy it because maybe someday my kid would not be able to enjoy it as much as I did. And so that really was a shock for me. I just realized that nature was not forever. And, it was in the 90s, so it was also the time of Michael Jackson's Her Song and a lot of movies about protecting nature, deforestation, all that types of subjects. At school, we would learn about the ozone layer. And so I really became intrigued about preserving the environment and all that kind of issues. I started the nature club when I was in primary school, and I kept going with the medium school with an environmental club where we would buy bins to recycle the papers. So I was really involved at a young age.
You currently work for an NGO. What inspired you to move from the corporate world to the non-profit one?
Well, actually, I used to work in CSR, Corporate Social Responsibility, and it was very interesting, but at my former company, I didn't really wake up in the morning feeling that I was making a difference in the world. So I searched for a new position in an NGO, and I found one in a very famous NGO in France that is collecting used goods from families and companies and helping poor people to get a job by recycling and reusing that stuff. And so I'm specifically working on a book reusing and recycling program, and it brings a lot of different values from the corporate world. Actually, what we do is we give a second chance to people by giving a second life to products.
With a career dedicated to sustainability, it's not surprising that the Climate Reality Leadership Program appealed to you. Tell me about how you found out about the program and what you learnt from it.
Well, actually, I think it was just a random day of work. I was surfing on the internet around sustainability and climate change, and I ended up on the Climate Reality Project website, and I just read about it and felt it was very interesting. I was looking for a volunteering experience, but I really wanted to make a difference and to have to develop my leadership skills, and I didn't want just to go around and ask for signatures or distribute leaflets in the subway. I wanted something more meaningful. And what strikes me in this program is the ability to get involved and to make a difference, and the ability to spend like 2 to 3 days with the Climate Reality team, to meet Al Gore, to have a proper training about climate science and how to make a public presentation is really, really important. And we have to give back to the program by acting on 10 acts of leaderships, and that motivated me to really participate.
You are a very inspiring individual. Perhaps you can leave us with some advice for those looking to make impacts themselves, big or small. What would you have for them?
Well, the first thing that I did at home was to switch to a 100% renewable energy supplier. I don't know if you have that kind of services in the US, but we have one in France, and it's really fantastic because you're sure that 100% of your energy coming at home comes from renewable sources. So that's a very important first step, and I invite all French people to go check online and register to such a service. And the second thing you can do is to eat as much local as you can. I try to eat as much organic and local as I can. I reduced also my meat consumption. I eat meat maybe two times a week. And it's very important to reduce the GHG emission of the agricultural industry. And I think you can also, if you're at home, try to reduce your waste as much as you can. For instance, I reduced my waste by 4 just by composting and trying to buy bulk product more. And so it's not very difficult. Like, I do not live in the Middle Age. I live a very modern life, but it's just small steps that if taking globally can make a huge difference.
Some very sound advice there. Thank you so much, Marion.